Hello, my dear friends. I rest on this amazing island, and it is very good. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. It is interesting how people can understand they are on the dream or not. Maybe every dream has own atmosphere and it's incredible or scary. You will close your eyes and some unbelievable thing will attack or some stupid story would start. Maybe dream needs to start from scary creature attack, but nature has dreams of a different type and Oliver was thinking about it. A few minutes ago, when he opened his eyes, Oliver saw the sea and golden sand. The boy was on the beach, but how he came here? Maybe someone brought him here? Anyway, the main thing was how, and it needed an answer. And suddenly a friend came to him, but it was not human and not a real friend. No, it was an escape thing from that stupid and scary situation. His friend said, "You are dreaming." Oliver escaped the fear for a few minutes. Maybe a few minutes ago he closed eyes and dream had come to him. Yes, it was not such a dream where the monster attacks you. No, an only different place and nothing more. The time was coming and he realized that everything was real. A new attack was coming which wanted to destroy his nervous system, but Oliver looked on the right side. Something wanted to close the distance. A creature with many legs wanted to come close to Oliver. He stood up and ran to the left. When Oliver looked back, he saw that also the creature was running. Oliver knew that it was no dreaming. Every dream had some atmosphere, and the situation where he fell does not have any atmosphere. It smelled like reality. Oliver tried very hard to escape, but the creature was very fast. The boy once again looked back. Maybe a few seconds and the monster would catch him? And everything has happened in this way. The monster that was very close jumped and caught the boy. It turned out that the creature was the most terrible thing which Oliver had seen of his life. It was big as a human, with many eyes and legs. The monster opened mouth and Oliver saw that it had only 4 giant teeth. Oliver thought that his life will end very soon, but suddenly someone hit the monster and creature fell to the left side. Scared, Oliver stood up and saw a man, maybe 40 years old. The man had on his hand a fired spear. "Be careful, boy!" Man screamed. "It is coming back." The monster was coming back and wanted to kill both of them. The terrible creature screamed and Oliver became more scared. The man hit the monster with a spear. The creature once again screamed, but this was not anger, it was a pain. Seemed like the fire wanted to play and it started to burn creature. The stranger fell to his knees and started crying. "Forgive me, Jeff," he said. "I didn't want to be your killer. So many years have passed away. Our dreams are in the past and this is the cruel reality. Please, forgive me." Oliver was surprised. The boy did not understand where he was and what was happening. He once again thought that everything had only one answer. Oliver was dreaming, but everything looked so real. And why the stranger who killed the monster was crying because of this terrible creature. "Hey mister, what is here happening?" Oliver asked. "I want to know where I'm right now." The stranger looked at the boy and at this time horrifying voices came to their ears. The stranger stood up and said, "Boy, you need to be strong." They heard. They knew that we are here. "Who heard?" Oliver asked. "Tell me where we are." "We don't have time for this." The stranger answered. "Hey, boy, we need to run." And they ran into the jungle. Oliver was a rich boy, but he loved to think. He was running in the scary jungle and a couple of interesting theories came to him. The beach, the jungle, the scary monster and the stranger who saved him. The stranger was crying because he killed a scary monster, and the man said the creature's name. It was Jeff. Yes, now Oliver knew what happened. Some crazy doctors were kidnapping people and making crazy experiments. In the past, a creature with many legs was human, but crazy doctors did it to him. They wanted to do this with Oliver, but no, the doctors did not know who this boy was. In the movies, everything good was starting when one man would save another and a good boys team is made. Right now there were only 2 team members, Oliver and the stranger, but very soon they will have new members. When they stopped was already dark. Oliver looked around. Trees like monster spies were looking for him. Maybe also trees were alive and they can attack him? Now we are safe? Oliver asked. No. The stranger answered. And why we stopped? Oliver asked. I am listening. The stranger answered. I need to know where they are. You are talking about monsters? Oliver asked. Of course. The stranger answered. The stranger closed his eyes, and in 1 second Oliver thought that this man and jungle became the same. Oliver remembered that the stranger had a fire spear and now he was listening to jungle voices. Maybe this man was a wizard. Of course, he could make magic tricks and save Oliver. Are you a wizard? The boy asked. No, I'm the creature that can transform into a big wolf. The stranger answered. I'm the werewolf. My name is Oliver, the boy said. Thank you for saving me. My name is Ray, the stranger said, and saw that Oliver fall down. Oliver really scared. He could not move, but damn, in that jungle running was the main thing. You can take me to a safer place? Oliver asked. Boy, I killed my friend to save you, but I can't touch you, Ray said. This creature bit you and poison is on your body. It is a very strong poison, but it would not kill creatures. It only paralyzed you, and if I will touch you, boy, I will be also paralyzed. Ray opened his bag and something took from it. It was powder. I made this cure with flowers, Ray said. Smell this powder and you will be okay. Ray came close and Oliver smelled it. Oliver started his story about crazy doctors and transformation experiments. Ray was listening to him, and when Oliver ended, Theory Werewolf answered. It is a very interesting theory, but the reality is different. And what is reality? Oliver asked. Ray started telling the story. He always was a werewolf. He born in a werewolf family, and Ray had to get used to transforming into wolf from childhood. He was a monster but always had control over himself. One day in the forest, his friend Jeff saw how Ray transformed into wolf, but Jeff did not scared. On the contrary, he came to Ray and asked how he was feeling. Ray turned into a human and answered that everything was good. Jeff found out that werewolves existed, but he did not tell anyone about this. Time was going and life became different. One day a group of hunters came in the city. They found out who were werewolves and killed Ray's family members. He became homeless and only Forest could hide Ray. Anyway, the hunters would find him and kill, but Jeff found an old friend and said, Ray, you need to go to a big city, there my parents have a house and you will live in a good place. Ray went into the city and escaped the hunters, but vengeance came to him. The days were going, but anger does not want to go. After 1 year, Ray and Jeff killed the hunters in the forest when they were hunting in the other werewolf. Jeff always had strong hands, but in that fight, Ray clearly saw how powerful a friend he had. One day Jeff told to him that he had nightmares, where a creature with many legs wanted to catch Jeff. After this, Jeff many times had pain on his body. One day some people arrested both of them. "Who you are?" Jeff asked. "I'm working for the government," man answered. He said that his group was working for people's safety. They took both of them on this island and said that creatures like these two are living here. Ray screamed. "Jeff is not a monster. He is human. I'm the werewolf, but Jeff needs to live among people." No one listened to him. They started life on the island and quickly found out that there were many werewolves and other monsters. Ray did not know why, but other monsters did not have a human side. They were bloody killers and nothing more. Very soon Jeff's pain became stronger. One night Ray waked up because of screaming. Yes, Jeff was screaming and Ray saw how his childhood friend transformed into a monster. The creature with many legs attacked Ray, but he survived. Ray knew that Jeff was gone. Many years passed away and Ray many times met with Jeff in the jungle. Every time Jeff wanted to kill his friend, Ray knew that his friend was already gone and more sadness come to him. Time was going. The werewolves and monsters killed every animal on the island. The werewolves only were eating animals, because monsters had poison in their body. Monsters liked to eat every creature, even werewolves. Because of this, Werewolves Village was the other side of the island, in front of the big river. The monsters could not swim and they could not come on another side of the jungle. "I wanted to catch something," Ray said. "Maybe rabbit or deer, but I heard screaming and saved you. Because of you I killed my best friend and now we need to go. They are coming." Oliver got up and followed him. "You are saying that we are on the island?" Oliver asked. "Exactly," Ray answered. "This is no problem for my parents." Oliver smiled. "They are millionaires and father has many friends in the government. They will come and save me." Ray smiled. "Why you are smiling?" Oliver asked. "Boy, you don't know how many people they had left here," Ray answered. "Do you think that only Oliver his millionaire parents and nothing more? No. Boy, get used to living here forever." Oliver did not believe what the crazy werewolf said about his parents. Oliver had an excellent mother and father. They would always defend him. At any minute could a helicopter fly here and take Oliver from that island. "This is a place for dangerous creatures," Ray said. Oliver became angry and said, "I'm not a dangerous creature, I'm a human." "No Oliver, you are like me, you are werewolf." Ray smiled. "No way," the boy screamed. "My parents are humans and werewolf did not bit me. I'm not transforming into the werewolf. How can I be a monster? Some people don't need a wolfman bite or werewolf parents to become like me," Ray said calmly. Some people had big wolf inside their body and when the animal will awake they would transform. Oliver tired because of that stupid dialogue. He only wanted that Ray took him into a safe place and after this, his parents would come here. Suddenly they heard something very scary. Oliver many times had seen such horror movies where the main characters were in the forest. In those movies, the whole forest was awaking because of some bad magician's trick and forest wanted to kill people. Right now he heard unrealistic voices, but they were very scary. No, the forest did not want to kill someone. The forest also was afraid of these creatures and maybe trees wanted to cry. The voice was full of anger, inhumanity, desperation, hunger and every feeling which one was bad these poor monsters had inside. Ray stood on one side and said, "We need to stop." "But why?" Oliver asked. "They are coming, we need to go." No boy, we are on a siege. Werewolf answered. They need to think that we on that night are staying here. Monsters will come. There will be a battle and we will run. I know. It sounds very stupid, but trusts me, this plan many times saved my life. But how can I fight? Oliver was afraid. You need to transform, Ray said. I'm not the werewolf, I'm simply human. Oliver screamed. This is a place for dangerous creatures, Ray said. Everyone who they left here was monsters. You are the werewolf and begin to transform into a big, crazy wolf. The werewolf lit a fire. Oliver was thinking about how much this guy became crazy on the island. Ray said this place was for dangerous creatures. No, he was wrong. This place was for dangerous creatures and one dumb person whose name was Ray. And how Ray knew that he can transform into werewolf. Maybe Ray was a normal human and his mind had some flaws. They were coming. All the terrifying creatures wanted to eat. Maybe if the forest could speak, it would scream, "Help me." Oliver was feeling that creatures of death were walking near the trees and searching for someone to eat. And Oliver remembered how his parents were happy when he became 5 years old. After that, he went into high school and began learning everything to become a strong person. Yes, the parents would make everything for him, they only want that Oliver becomes a strong person. When father bought for his only son a very expensive car, 2 weeks after Oliver got drunk, which ended with a crash, father came into the prison and saved his son. "How are you?" father asked. "We all are making mistakes, but we need to change the future and make it better. Oliver, you acted very badly, but I have only one son and I'm gonna save you." Oliver needed to stay in the prison 3 years, but father saved him. Oliver recalled when he becomes angry and broke the classroom's door. The school director was very angry and seemed like that Oliver's stupid things will be ended, but his parents came to the school and saved their son. Was a time when Oliver needed big cash to bought precious necklaces for his girlfriend. Father did not give him money, but Oliver stole his own mother's necklace and gifted to girlfriend. The parents had forgiven him and life always was like this, but wait, in the mind came something different and it brought for Oliver's concern. One morning 5 men had come to Oliver's house. They said to his parents that Oliver did something bad. "What have you done this time?" father asked. Oliver was surprised because he really did nothing wrong, but people from the government said, "We're gonna check." Because of this, they went into one big building. There were not many people, but they had modern technology. Oliver thought that he was on science fiction movie and his temper changed. He became happy and began to talk about everything. They stood in front of one room, which had a large window. The man from the government said that Oliver needs to enter the room and special science gas will show who he is in reality. The parents became very angry. They started screaming and wanted to stop this stupid joke. The father said that he will come with the governor and this department will be closed. The man only wanted that Oliver entered the room and finally he did it. The boy entered the room and the door closed. Oliver looked at his parents and smiled. The gas came out and he felt something. Oliver began to change and he was becoming very angry. Oliver once again looked at parents from the window and next second realized that he already was some big and scary creature. He tried to break the window, and that made no sense. After a few minutes, the door opened and a man from the government shot Oliver with a revolver, but he did not die. Oliver was paralyzed. The 2 men entered the room and take the werewolf out. The paralyzed werewolf heard. "This creature is not my son," father was screaming. He is your son. But Oliver changed. The man from the government said. The werewolf did not bite him. Oliver allowed the moon power to enter his own body and soul. This is the reason why Oliver became werewolf. We can have another son. Mother said. Please take this freak far away from us. We will have another son. Of course. The man smiled. We will take him a place for dangerous creatures. Yes, Oliver recalled everything, but why he forgot the story? Maybe the liquid they injected not only made him fall asleep but also erased the memories of the last day for a while. Oliver can many hours think and recall it, but the answer was very simple. His parents do not want a monster son. They loved Oliver, but everything changed in 1 second. He transformed into werewolf and love is gone. Maybe human love was exactly like this. When someone looks at another and sees this what he wants to see, everything is great, but another person will change and love is gone. Maybe we all are living in a world where love does not exist and people are looking at us when we are good for them. But the problem comes and everyone wants to throw you away. And now that Oliver was watching these monsters that come to eat, anger took possession of his soul. The creatures with many eyes, legs, arms, and other terrifying things were screaming and coming close to eat. Oliver knew that right now his parents are in the house and they are thinking about a new child. The father thinks that monsters will eat Oliver and he would disappear. They are thinking the island can stop Oliver. No, they are wrong. Oliver's body and soul will survive, the moon would help him. And Oliver looked up to the full moon. The full moon, like an old friend, immediately made his dream true and Oliver transformed into the werewolf. Ray looked at him, smiled and transformed into a big wolf. The bloody fight has begun. The monsters were many but werewolves fought like a killing machine. The werewolves needed not only madness but human intellect, because one bite of the monster and they would be paralyzed. Also, werewolves did not need to bite the monster, because the ending would be the same. Paralyzed body and death. Werewolves created the escape way with fighting. They began the run and 20 minutes after they came to the river. Oliver and Ray jumped into the river and started swimming. The werewolves already knew that they won a great battle. They went on another shore and transformed into a human. Oliver looked back and saw the monsters. They were stood up with the other side of the river and looking with hungry eyes. We made it. Oliver screamed. I made it, Ray said and hit the Oliver in the head. When Oliver woke up he realized that movement for him is impossible because of big chains. The boy saw some old wooden houses, Ray who was stood near on fire and many skillets. What is going? Oliver asked. You know, boy, when I start living here, I had many good ideas. Ray started. I wanted to make a werewolves city. Yes, seems like the most stupid thing in the world, but my plan was working, but soon everything changed. On this island was too many werewolves and many monsters. We ate all the animals and soon here come a new problem. It was a food problem. The monsters can live for many years without food, but werewolves not. We could not eat monsters. They are poisoned. Boy, when everyone needs each other, even the island of dangerous creatures looks so good. But the next moment something will change and everything is gone. Very soon hunger did it to us. Yes, we started to hunt each other and I become the last werewolf on the island. I was searching for some animal and heard screaming. I found you and because of the food I killed my best friend. Excuse me boy, but I need to survive. Oliver recalled his life. He was a rich boy who made so many bad things and always had hope of the parents. On this island, He realized that when a problem comes, everyone wants to throw you away. Ray was thinking like Oliver's parents. He was hungry and needed to eat. In the past, Oliver would be scared, but when close people throw you away, the future is black. Everything becomes pointless, especially on the island of dangerous creatures. Oliver began to wait for the finale and closed his eyes to remember something good from his past.